Right, John, you have anything for us?
You're talking about the one side of the brain is for masculine and one side of the brain is for feminine.
Well, it's not an absolute, but yeah, in the dynamics of the two hemispheres of the mammalian brain, we're not talking about the reptilian brain, which is underneath the dynamics of the mammalian brain, the amygdala and certain other parts of the brain are considered the reptilian part of the brain, which only has those four responses: freeze, fight, flight, or fawn. All right, those are the only ones available to that dynamic, but there are others available by doing
moving to the mammalian brain.
Moving to the mammalian brain, which is the reasoning piece of self. If you understand that the new ideas, the new thoughts, the new dreams, the new desires, the new longings come from the right side of the brain, come from the feminine side of the brain, the creative side of the brain, the dreaming side of the brain, the more feminine side of the brain in that sort of way, but it has to move to the masculine side of the brain in order to bring it into fruition, to bring it into manifestation, to actually build it. But then it has to go back to the feminine side of the brain to bring that the whole dynamic into full manifestation. So in that sense, what we are trying to get you all to do is to realize that it's really just one brain. And that when you combine, when you meld, when you are aware of that dynamic, then you utilize the amount of the feminine part of the brain that is necessary, the part of the masculine part of the brain that is necessary, and the feminine again to bring it into manifestation in order to be able to create a reality for yourself that you would wish. In a dynamic of peace, how would you create a reality filled of peace for yourself? With the dreaming side of the brain, utilizing your imagination to anticipate how that dynamic would feel, taking the ideas and those things and bringing them into manifestation so that the dynamics of you could create a narrative, you can create a dynamic of energy that you are utilizing in your world to create a dynamic of peace and moving that dynamic over into the feminine again, so you actually begin to live that dynamic.
Okay.
Jeannie's not here. That's what we're talking about. Isn't that magic?
All magic.
Well, but again,
in the book of the Awakening Brains, he was talking about how the masculine is more for male, a biological male, and the feminine side is more for.
Well, that's a belief, but it's not true. That's a belief, but it's not really true, and that's part of the primitive, that's part of the basic understanding of the dynamic, but it's not so clear because it's all one. You're seeking a dynamic of sovereignty. It's when you are able to join these two pieces, these two parts of the brain, as you're being able to treat it as one. It is not necessary for you to hold that separation between the masculine and the feminine any longer. You realize they are intended to operate together. All right? All right, so yes. It is individual. But again, it's that whole dynamic of, generally speaking, right brain is this, left brain is this. Sovereignty is bringing them together so that there is no separation. And you can just be, knowing that you will have the proper mix when you need it.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
And so, until the next time we close, sending you peace, sending you happiness, sending you joy.